Hello Year 7. So we've come to our end of year assembly, which this year is obviously a little bit different to normal. We normally get to celebrate with each other in the hall, looking back at your achievements, a nice video of all of the things that we've covered throughout the year. And obviously this year it has to be a little bit different. But let's go back first of all to July last year, to Transition Week, when you all earned your Class of 2024 t-shirts. And that was such a fantastic week, and right from the start you bought into our Cantell seeds, so that when you joined us in September as full members of the community, you were with us every step of the way. Now it seems strange that our motto is "Oh the places you'll go," when for so much of this term it really hasn't been "Oh the places you'll go." Since March the 23rd, you have been at home, learning at home. However, you've still managed to go to a lot of places in other ways, and we'll cover those in a moment. But before we shut down, and before you had to start learning from home and working in a different way, you achieved so much at school. And two of the real highlights for me would be those Year 7s who participated in the carol concert, and of course the school production of Annie. We have never had so many Year 7s participate in a school production, and for Year 7s to be taking important roles within that as well was a real testament to the way you have made yourselves part of our community. So well done. We've had lots of sporting achievements as well, so football team, students taking up new sports, and lots of extracurricular that I know you really enjoyed. And next year there will still be extracurricular. It will have to operate a little differently, but you are still going to get those opportunities because they are just as important as all of your in-class opportunities. So please don't worry, if you were looking forward to something, you're still going to get those chances next year. And then we come to the home learning. What a difference that has been. I've been doing this job for a very long time, and I've never had to do anything like this. So we've all been learning new ways of doing things together. And it's been really easy for us to think about the missed opportunities of this year. And yes, there are some things we haven't been able to do. No sports day this year for you guys. No survival day, which sounds very dramatic, but really it's just a wonderful day out in the New Forest with building campfires and toasting marshmallows. And even the end of year exam. Some of you might have missed that opportunity to show all of your learning in that setting. But you've also been presented with lots of new opportunities, so we don't need to dwell on the things that we've missed. You've taken independent study over a prolonged period, 16 weeks in total. Many people don't manage that until they're at university, and even then some of them struggle with that at university. You've managed that at the ages of 11 and 12. What an achievement that is, and I am really proud of you for managing that. In addition to your home learning, you've done all sorts of other things. You've cooked meals. I've loved seeing the meals that people have been sending in for home learning, and it was great being with some of you on the cooking challenge, which seems so long ago now, at the start of lockdown. You've created things. You've tried out some of the extra challenges that have been put on by the science team, by the technology team. You've learnt new skills like roller skating, and some of you have taken up sports. You've taken up Couch to 5K. So I'm really proud of the way you've looked at this in such a positive light. Now, it hasn't always been easy. I think all of us have struggled at some point during the last 4 months, and that's to be expected. And when we come back in September, it is going to feel different, and it is going to feel a bit strange. But as a community, I know that we will all pull together and work really hard to make everything work. So I'm so looking forward to seeing you all back in school in September. But before we get to September, over the summer, you've got more things to come. So some of you will have received this already. They're being delivered this week. Your top secret hospital heist pack. And Miss Cox has set up a Google Classroom as well, where you can put your findings and so on. It looks like a lot of fun, and I know I'm going to be having a sneaky look at a pack myself. Oh, it's been very good. I haven't opened this one yet. I'm saving the surprise for the summer holidays. So do get involved with that. There are very few schools in Southampton that are actually doing this, so we're really proud that we are one of the ones who are taking part in this, and really hope you enjoy exploring some of the science behind being a forensic scientist. In addition to that, we have our Why Don't You? Now, this is something that's going to be sent to you, and it's some ideas for things that you can do over the summer. So a couple of things in here that leapt out me, create a visual image based on your favourite author. So that doesn't just mean you have to draw them, you can do something else as well. So think about a particular book that you might like and so on. You can link these to subjects as well. So maybe creating an e-safety poster to be displayed in school. E-safety is going to become increasingly important as we move towards a more digital way of working in society. I particularly like this one. Conduct independent research into an inspirational leader. Now, there was one person that's leapt out for me. In fact, two have leapt out for me. The one in particular is a lady called Jacinda Ardern, and she is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and she has led New Zealand through the COVID crisis in a manner which has gained her respect across the world and from other world leaders. So I recommend you have a little look at Jacinda Ardern. Other things you can do: history activities, producing a historic document, or maybe designing a new game. You could think of a game that might be able to be played socially distanced should we have to keep adopting these kind of social distance rules in the future. So there's lots of things that you could be doing over the summer. I'm going to mention your tutors now. Your tutors have been fantastic. They've had to take on tutoring in a way that we've never done it before. And I'd like to give them a shout out for maintaining that contact with you, for letting me know when I've needed to help out as well, and for being there for you throughout the whole year, but particularly during the last 16 weeks. So thank you to Miss King, to Mr. Clark, to Miss Halls, to Mr. Barter, to Miss Tomlinson, to Mr. Wilson, to Miss Brinson and Mrs. Taylor, to Mrs. Stanley, to Mrs. Collins-Greer, to Miss Alden, and to Mr. Mikolakis. And I don't think I've missed anyone out, so that's pretty good. And thank you as well to Miss Phillips, who's worked alongside me this year, supporting you in school. I've really loved being your year leader. You're a fantastic year group. I have learnt so much from you during the last 4 months as well, and that's really valuable, and I'm going to take that into my new year 7 group next year. And on that note, this is the point at which I do have to hand you over, and this is quite difficult this year actually, because I don't really feel in a way that I've had that opportunity to be with you every step of the way of this journey, but I am always on the end of an email, and so if you do need to get in touch, you can drop me an email, that's fine. So your year leader next year, it's a lady that you all know because she shares an office with me, and that is Mrs. Gange. She's been the year leader for year 11 this year, and she's going to say a few words to you as well in a moment. So I'm going to finish here by saying thank you, year 7. You've been an absolute pleasure. I am so proud of you all, and I really look forward to seeing you again in September. Okay, bye-bye.
Now the summer is upon us. There'll be plenty of opportunity for you and your family to get out into the sun. Although social distancing measures are still in place, there are many areas that are starting to open for the summer season, including cafes and parks. We want you to enjoy the hot weather, so there's a few things that we need to remind you of just so you stay safe. First of all, if you plan to be out in the sun, make sure you're drinking lots of water. It is important to keep your body hydrated. So put away those cans of carbonated drink and carry a bottle of water with you. If you know you're going to be outside for a long period of time and there isn't any shade, take a hat and a jacket with you just so you can cover up. Before you leave, make sure you apply your sun cream. Select a bottle that has at least a 4 or 5 star rating to protect you against both UVA and UVB rays. Sun cream will need to be applied every couple of hours, so take a small bottle in your bag. When selecting your sunglasses, don't just pick a pair that look good, pick a pair that will protect your eyes from those rays too. And like I said before, make sure you take something to cover yourself up with. Nobody wants to be sunburnt. This summer, you and your family may decide to go to the beach. We hope you have fun. But it is important to remember that social distancing measures are still in place and that you will need to remain 2 metres apart from the next group. This summer, it's really important to note that not all beaches will have lifeguards, and that means there's an added risk to going in the water. Be sensible. Only enter the water where it's safe to do so. Look for the signs and the flags that tell you. Also, always tell a family member when you're going to enter the water. Even when we take precautions, things can still go wrong. If you, a family member or even a stranger gets into distress, then call 999 and ask for the Coast Guard. So you're fully prepped for going to the beach this summer, go to rnli.org/share-beach-safety for more advice. To stay safe this summer holidays, we also want you to avoid any unnecessary risk. This includes wearing a helmet when you ride your bike and riding sensibly on our roads. As things start to return to normal, the roads will get busier, so it is important that you stay safe. When you're out and about with friends, do take notice of signs telling you where and where you can't hang around. So don't go exploring empty buildings or playing near railway lines or any other areas that could be deemed unsafe for you to do so. We know that nationally, the number of incidents that happen near railway lines increases when there's a school holiday. Be sensible. If you're waiting to cross a level crossing, wait for the gate to rise. Don't jump ahead. And if you and your mates decide to hang around an area near a railway line, be sensible and don't go near. Go to www.networkrail.co.uk/communities to learn all about how to keep yourself safe around railway lines. And lastly, don't forget the basics this summer. Social distancing measures are still in place. Make sure you adhere to them and respect other people. If you're leaving the house with your friends, make sure you tell a parent or carer where you're going, who you are with, and what time you're going to be back. If you plan to stay out after dark, make sure you're in light-coloured clothes so that you can be seen by traffic and other people. And if you find yourself in a situation that you aren't comfortable with, that you leave straight away. And remember, we as a school community are still here for you. We are only an email away. So if you have any concerns or you're concerned about a member of our community, then send an email to safeguarding@cantell.co.uk. We are only an email away.